Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another segment of the Rundown right here on Murrieta TV, your number one source for all things Murrieta and surrounding areas. And I'm your host, Major Williams. We have a lot to cover, but before we get to that, we have to start with this week's prayer. We had a great submission earlier today from Janet, that's local, so thank you so much. It reads, Heavenly Father, we thank you for this new day and the gift of community. Please watch over our students as they return to school, protect our first responders and public servants, and guide our leaders with wisdom and peace. May we walk together in unity and grace this week. In Jesus' name, amen. So now that we've gotten that out the way, last week Murrieta joined cities nationwide in hosting National Night Out, a community building event that brought residents and first responders together. We hear it was a massive success. So thank you for everyone who came out to support and all the families. We heard it was like an old school block party. Even kids were playing and learning more about emergency vehicles. And I also heard that there were drones there. Drones. So I'm sure they was able to create some great memories. But ultimately, this is about building with the community, law enforcement, building with the residents, and I mean that what better way to do it than have a block party? Looking ahead, the city of Murrieta is inviting the community out for another special event, a day of remembrance. It's the 24th year of 9/11, and Murrieta will honor the victims with a ceremony on Thursday, September 11th at 5:30 p.m. in Town Square Park Amphitheater. All are welcome to attend and pay their respects. The city announced this tribute after news that one of the last unidentified 9/11 victims from Riverside County was recently identified, reminding us that how impactful that day was to 25 years later, and we're still unpacking those emotions and having more discoveries like this. Over in Temecula, if you visited locally, which I have, you will see something a little new, like something really shiny. Well, Temecula has rolled out a program that's going around to every park in the city that's changing the signage over in the communities. It's a refreshing monument that they're creating together, and they kicked it off with an effort with Kent Hintergart Memorial Park, and we'll be sprucing up every park. I'm talking about every park. Imagine how great that is because it feels so much more welcoming. It's not that the parks are run down, but sometimes due to rain and weather conditions, the signage gets a little worn down. So it's good that they are paying attention to that. Now, this story I couldn't wait to talk about today because it's such a it's such a patriotic feel to our city and our community. And this doesn't surprise me at all in regards to what I'm sharing right now. Mayor Ricky Estrada, who is also a U.S. Air Force reservist, has been called for active duty overseas. He'll be deploying for 6 months starting in October. During his service, Mayor Pro Tem Bob Corrin will step in to handle mayoral duties. Mayor Estrada said he loves Menifee and will continue serving in spirit while away. So we thank Mayor Estrada for his service, and our prayers are with him for safe travels overseas, and most definitely a safe travels back to us here in the state of California, specifically in Menifee. A quick heads up on local government meetings. Murrieta's next city council meeting is set for August 19th. Obviously, the most recent one was council, but if you have any concerns, issues, announcements, that would be the perfect time to go and voice your opinion or your concerns and just let yourself be heard during that particular time. But if you can't make it, as always, you can go see the replay or watch it live on the city website. Wildomar City Council meets this Wednesday, August 13th at 6:30. I'm sorry, at 6 p.m. And Temecula's Council will meet later this month as well. If you have any community issues, like I said, or just want to see your local government in action, consider attending or tuning in online. Also, Murrieta residents, don't forget the city is hosting a household hazardous waste drop off that's coming really soon. Was next weekend. So check the city website or social media for details on what you can dispose of safely. This is all in an effort to keep our community clean and safe, which is always a good thing. So salute to the city of Murrieta for putting together that outlet for us to be able to do that. Summer may be winding down, but there's no shortage of events. Murrieta wrapped up its annual Summer Bash this past Saturday, a free water play event aimed at our younger adults. Heard it was a great success, obviously with the heat, happening. Um, why not go enjoy the sun by getting wet, slides, and probably having some family members and friends, creating some moments and memories. And that happened over at California Oaks Sports Park. And I heard that everyone had a blast. I'm sad that I couldn't make it and hang out with the kiddos and take my kiddos, but next time for sure. And if you're looking to get involved, consider CASA, Volunteer Training Info Session, this Wednesday, August 13th. CASA, which is Court Appointed Special Advocates. These are volunteers who mentor and advocate for foster youth. There is an Impact Volunteering Orientation event coming up at 6 p.m. on Wednesday. Check your events calendar. For anyone interested in becoming a CASA, it's a rewarding way to make a difference in a child's life in your area. So CASA, Court Appointed Special Advocates. So make sure to go and look that up and see if that's something that you would like to be interested in. From just finding out about it and hearing about it myself and doing my research, sounds like a really great organization to be a part of. All right, guys, it's time for Crime Watch here locally. We are, always looking to update you on what's going on. It looks like, the word is getting out about the porch pirates that continue to, nab packages from the porch, but people are making great discoveries. And I hear that people are taking pictures and video of certain individuals when they see them in action, which is great. Um, so there was recently a road rage and bar incident, and they said that authorities are searching for a suspect involved in a pair of firearm incidents that occurred the night of August 4th, spanning Temecula and Murrieta, according to Murrieta Police and the Riverside County Sheriff's Department. Just after midnight on August 4th, a man brandished a gun at ET's Sports Lounge on Jefferson Avenue in Temecula. And also later that same night, during an apparent road rage confrontation between a Tesla and a pickup truck in Murrieta, a firearm was discharged. Investigators believe the two incidents are connected and involve the same suspect. Thankfully, no injuries have been reported, but it was a very dangerous situation. Murrieta police are asking anyone with any information or who may have witnessed it to come forward. They provided contact information for the detective, David Hernandez. You can reach out to him specifically and directly at 951-461-6359. So keep that in mind. Reach out. We can't afford that happening. We got our kids, we got our families. I'm always talking about the importance of safety. The Menifee Police Department conducted a targeted traffic safety operation last week, focused on drivers endangering bicyclists and pedestrians. On Wednesday, August 6th, between 3 p.m. and 7 p.m., extra officers were out in Menifee looking for violations like speeding, illegal turns, failures to yield to people in crosswalks, and running stop signs or red lights. This proactive enforcement led to dozens of citations. Menifee PD said back in May, a similar operation netted 52 drivers breaking traffic laws that put pedestrians at risk. Menifee Police Chief Chris Garrer stressed that bicyclists and pedestrians have their same rights to the road but face more risk without the vehicle's protection. We should all be looking out for one another, which are wise words. So a reminder to please slow down and share the road, whether you're on 4 wheels, 2 wheels, or 2 feet. Quick other news, in Menifee, there's been a lot going on. There's been reports that a 19-year-old Menifee man was arrested last week on firearms charges after allegedly flashing a ghost gun. If you don't know what a ghost gun is, it's a untraceable firearm. Sometimes they make them from 3D parts. During the incident on Newport Road is where it happened, facing felony charges, but now he is out on bail as the investigation continues. Meanwhile, in Perris, sheriff's deputies recovered a stolen vehicle that was two suspects in the incident near Perris Boulevard. So great work to the Perris police officers and law enforcement out there. And over in Lake Elsinore, a scary situation had a good outcome as River County officers rescued an infant in a car, busting a window to free the baby who was in distress inside of a 110-degree vehicle. Now, I've spoke about this in many different settings, but I want to talk about this right now today. As parents, as the responsible ones, seemingly, right? It's never okay to leave our babies and leave our kids or even leave our pets in the car on these hot days or even when it's a cold day. It's just not safe to do. And plus, the going through the strain of getting arrested and your window is broken out, it's just a bill and a headache and a stress that you don't want. So I just urge parents not to do that. I know life gets busy and you're thinking that it's only going to take you 10 seconds, but that 10 seconds may feel like 10 minutes for a child sitting in the blistering sun. So please do not do that. All right, our school spotlight this week shines a light on the arts of one local high school that just brought a beloved fairy tale to life on stage. Shrek the musical at Murrieta Mesa. Who says ogres can't sing? The classic Shrek made a swampy splash here in Murrieta over the weekend. Murrieta Mesa High School's Performing Arts Center hosted a community production, Shrek the Musical, from August 8th to the 10th, and it was a hit. I've heard so much about it. The production was put on by the Christian Theater of Arts Project and featured over 80 local performers. Kids as young as 7 all the way up to adults, many from the same families, performing together, creating magical memories together. What a fantastic celebration of community talent. Even a former Disney Channel star joined the cast, an actor by the name of Patrick Lewis, known from the movie Brink and the show So Weird, which he in this he played the wisecracking Donnie, which is one of my favorite characters. Donkey. All right, reviews from those who attended were glowing. As I mentioned, I was at the gym and a buddy of mine was like, "What did you do this past weekend?" He was like, "I went to this amazing play." And he was telling me about it and it had some video of it on his phone. So looked like a really good time. So shout out to all the students and everyone that put that on over there. In education news, the Temecula Valley Unified School District just made a significant investment in campus safety. The school board approved an agreement to fund school resource officers on its campuses for the next 2 years at a cost of $1.5 million. This funding, which runs through June 3rd, 2027, will ensure dedicated law enforcement officers continue to be present in our middle and high schools to help protect students and our amazing staff. Murrieta Valley School started today, so people are back at it, and I believe that Temecula schools start around August 12th. That means school zones will be active again. Drivers, please slow down, watch out for pedestrians, watch out for the kids, and fully stop at stop signs. Stop for 3 seconds, look left and right, pay attention to the other cars as well, because the last thing we need is a mistake like that with one of our kids getting injured or even yourself getting injured, being struck by another car. Business highlights of the week. Listen, we have to talk about this. Murrieta Hot Springs Resort is a award-winning spa. They've got national recognition. They've got all kind of reviews. They have a great social media. They have so many great testimonials, and it's like a historic treasure that we have here locally. And so if you are thinking about a staycation or a date night or a date vacation or whatever you want to call it, a family vacation, this is the place to go. If you haven't experienced it yet, I've heard so many great things about it. I have an appointment to go really soon, I guess in the next 2 weeks. So I will be reporting back, letting you know about my experience. But I have went to the grand openings. I was able to see the entire setup. It just looks immaculate, and I've heard so many great things about it. So I'm looking forward to it. For those that are unfamiliar, the Murrieta Hot Springs Resort has a rich history. It was established in 1902. Its naturally hot mineral waters have drawn wellness seekers from all over the country for over a century. The site was closed to the public for decades, but after extensive restorations, it reopened recently as a luxury wellness resort, and a luxury wellness resort it is. Visitors can soak in geothermal mineral baths that bubble up to 125 degrees, waters that the resort water that the resort's medical director says have healing properties. So definitely go and check that out. So speaking of sports, I want to talk a little bit about our minor league baseball team, the Lake Elsinore Storm. They are in full swing. We had the opportunity to go last week, me and my family first. We started out the day going to Raging Waters. It was hot, but we was able to get some refreshing dips in the wave pool. And then we headed over to the Lake Elsinore, met up with some families and had some great times. My sons were able to do some announcement for some of the batters coming to the bat, the hitters coming to the bat, players coming to the bat, however you want to say it. But it was a great experience for them. It was a great experience for me. It was my first time going. Once more, just you feel the energy of community, and it's just really great for us to have something like that locally in our surrounding area to be able to participate and be a part of. But it was a great game. We came up short that day, but I heard they did win Friday, and they are in the hunt to be in the playoffs. So if you want to show some team sport and support our local team, make sure to go and check them out, okay? All right, and finally, let's touch on tech and AI news making an impact locally and statewide, because even on a community news show like this, technology is increasingly part of our lives here in the Southwest Riverside community. I myself am considering hosting AI and chat GPT and just the whole evolution of AI workshops so we can all become more familiar with it and learn how to leverage it and use it as a force of good versus being stuck by the negativity that is attached to it as well. Entrepreneurs and job seekers in the Valley have some great opportunities this month. The Temecula Valley Entrepreneurs Exchange, that's the city's business incubator and resource center, is hosting a series of free workshops throughout August. So make sure to mark your calendar because these workshops are designed to boost your business and tech skills in our local workforce. Topics range from using Google to grow my business, how to optimize your Google business profile and online ads, to startup business structure and funding. Coming this Tuesday, August 12th, covering how to choose your business entity and find financing to find money to fund your new ideal, which is August 13th, about designing marketing funnels to attract investors. See, when you have cities that are invested in evolution and change and empowering cities, the cities ultimately end up benefiting and thriving. So thank you so much for the city and the organizations and groups and individuals who are really getting behind us understanding this new bold world of AI and technology. So once again, we can use it as a tool, enhance our skill sets, and expand our reach when it comes to our value in the workplace because it is changing drastically and evolving every single day. In the broader tech news that will affect our local students, California is partnering with major tech companies to boost artificial intelligence training in schools and colleges. Governor Newsom announced new agreements with Google, Adobe, IBM, and Microsoft to provide free AI tools and curriculum to classrooms across the state. The ideal is to prepare students from high school to community college to CSU for careers in AI and emerging technologies, keeping California at the forefront of the tech industry. It's a pretty great idea. I love it. I love the concept. On a lighter note, Murrieta Valley High School's robotics team is gearing up for the new competition season. They've been meeting over the summer to tinker with ideals, and the city of Wildomar just launched a new mobile app for reporting local issues like potholes, graffiti, etc., using geotagging to streamline city responses. It's great to see, technology being embraced at the local level and in our city life. I only think it's going to enhance us and push us forward. So that's our tech and AI wrap up for the day. Thank you so much for tuning in to that. If it was boring for you, hopefully this will be a little bit more exciting, because all I have next for you is just some reminders. Don't forget to go and support our local baseball team. The weather this week is going to be high 80s, upper 90s. So if you're going to be out, make sure to stay hydrated. If you're a person who just shatters in the sun, put on sunscreen so your body and skin is protected. And just shout out to all the viewers, all the early advertisers, all the people that are sponsors, all the people that pray for the success of this platform, which is quickly becoming the #1 news resource for all things Murrieta and surrounding areas when it comes to community news, when it comes to upcoming events, when it comes to highlights, when it comes to shout outs, when it comes to engaging with our local community, including our young people, empowering them to share stories, share photos, and be a part of what we're doing, which is why we are calling on volunteers to be a part of what we're doing. So if you have a camera or if you have a phone, take some pictures, take some videos, tell a story about it. If you have a birthday shout out, say a birthday shout out, send a video to us, and we will share it right here on Murrieta TV on the rundown, and you will see it the next segment. I promise you that. But other than that, guys, thank you so much for continuing to tune in. I greatly appreciate it. If you have any questions for me specifically, reach out to me via email at ourmurrietatv@gmail.com, or just send us a DM via Murrieta TV on Instagram. Until then, thank you so much for watching The Rundown. I'm your host, Major Williams, talking to you from the #1 local resource in our region.